Released in July of 2013, 400 Days was a DLC for the first season of Telltale's The Walking Dead and introduced 5 new characters: Vince, Wyatt, Russell, Shell, and Bonnie.
In Legacy's paradise, Randy Orton, feeling it, goes for the RKO, connects.
I hate this bitch. I hate this bitch. I hate that bitch.
Each character has their own short story set around Georgia. These stories are basically like spanned into the first 400 days of the zombie apocalypse, and the DLC was marketed as a way to connect your choices from season 1 to the upcoming season 2. That's actually sound kinda good if you really think about it, but no, it really does not, because the idea was ambitious. 5 different goddamn stories that literally depict your choice and a narrative that will literally impact season 2. That was totally capped, because only one character from the whole entire goddamn DLC actually made a full-fledged appearance in season 2. To me, 400 Days is just way too short because each character's stories last about like 15 to 20 minutes, and the entire DLC can be finished in under an hour and a half compared to like the meaty, emotional, gripping stories of season 1, which can take 2 to 3 hours each to complete for each episode, and it feels like a snack instead of a whole full meal. Now I get it. DLCs are often shorter than the main games, but the problem here is that each story ends just as it's just getting interested. Like for example, in Russell's story, you are literally faced with an intense encounter with that boy Nate, who in my opinion is just a questionable nigga if you ask me. Just as the story is getting more interested, considering the fact that it's kind of intertwining with him and Shell, boom, the shit is over, which makes it hard to even like care about these new characters, which is a huge letdown for a series built on emotional storytelling. The epilogue tries to tie it all together with a recruiter named Tavia, offering the survivors a chance to join a new community.
No! God! Jesus Christ! Stop!
Stop him! Somebody stop him!
Troy, do something!
Stop!
Clementine, help me! You have to do this, Bill!
No! Stop it! Kenny! Kenny!
Little shit.
Bill! That's enough, Bill! Please! Bill, there's a breach!
I hate this bitch. I hate this bitch. I hate that bitch.
But in all seriousness, even the ending even feels rushed, and the choices you make don't even give you enough time to connect with the stakes. And plus, the broken promise of choice. Because Telltale did market it 400 Days as a bridge to season 2, where your decisions carrying over and shaping the next chapter. But in reality, the impact is minimal at best. Most of the 400 Days characters like Vince, Wyatt, Russell, and Shell only show up in season 2 for brief cameos, and if that at all, that's it, because their presence doesn't even significantly change the story. It's just, they're just there, they're just a part of Carver's group, that's it. As much as I hate Bonnie, she is dead ass the only character who gets a substantial role in season 2, but even her art doesn't even feel like it needed the DLC to make sense anyway. For example, whether you convince Russell to join Tavia's group or not, he might just pop up for a few lines and then disappear. Compare that to season 1, where choices like saving Doug or Carly had a ripple effect throughout the story. It doesn't feel like Telltale set up expectations they couldn't even deliver on.
I hate this bitch. I hate this bitch. I hate that bitch.
The epilogue's big choice about who goes with Tavia sounds impactful, but in season 2, it's just reduced to a few background appearances. It's like Telltale wanted to do more but ran out of time or resources. And finally, the characters themselves. The Walking Dead thrives on deep, relatable characters you grow to love or hate. But in 400 Days, the short runtime means there's barely any time to flesh out Vince, Wyatt, Russell, Bonnie, and Shell. You get glimpses of their personalities, like Vince's regret over his past or Shell's struggles to protect her sister. But there's no room for the emotional depth we got with Lee and Clementine in season 1. Like take Bonnie's story for example. Like a lot of people find it the weakest out of the 5 because it feels pointless and it lacks likable characters. You're dead ass just running from people and you just make a quick choice and that's it. There's no time to build a connection, even the more interesting characters like Russell or Shell. But they're just cut off before their stories can even shine. Even though Nate was a crazy ass dude, even he stole the show with his complexity, but he is not the focus, which is frustrating because you can see the potential for his great storytelling, but it's not given enough chance to even like breathe. I swear to God my phone goes off one more fucking time. Now to be fair, 400 Days isn't all that goddamn bad. because the concept of intertwining stories is actually cool, and there are some neat connections to season 1. Like for example, if you say Carly or Doug, they're gonna get hold by Lily, and you can see their corpses in Russell's story, which actually a good punch because you ain't had to do them niggas like that, but hey man, it is what it is. There are also clever crossovers as well, like the prison bus from Vince's story appearing in Bonnie's, or the screwdriver in the Walker's eyes linking multiple stories. The writing, when it hits, is still top notch, Telltale quality to be specific, and the atmosphere captures that greedy Walking Dead vibe, plus at just $5 at the time. It's not a huge investment for people anyway, but these highlights can't overcome the feeling that Fortune Days is an unfinished project that didn't it basically didn't live up to the legacy of season 1 at the time. So why does Fortune Days failure matter? Well, it's because Telltale was at the peak of their powers in 2013, coming off the massive success of Telltale's Walking Dead season 1. Because in Fortune Days, it's basically to set the stage for equally epic season 2, but its shortcomings hinted at some of the issues Telltale will face later on, aka rush development, over-promising on choice, and struggling to balance multiple projects. It's a reminder that even though great studios can stumble when they stretch themselves too thin, 400 Days could have been a bold experiment that deepened the Walking Dead universe, but instead, it just feels like a missed opportunity.
Do you eat mayonnaise sandwiches? I'm sorry.
All she gotta do is call.